there's, like I put up yesterday on GMA, there's a green ad from TD Bank, which again, it is whatever it is in the back end. I'm not real clear. But this one is WABC-TV New York. It's unexpectedly human is what it says. It then says that the First Lady had 4 Secret Service whatevers. I won't paraphrase, I'll let the television say it. And then there's an announcement. This was the 12 o'clock news. And then there was no. It's the 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Then it's the 1 to 2 o'clock news. Because it's the GMA3. Then there was, in reference to what I wrote this morning, about the BET and the y'all, mention of, first thing I see, I mean, like, is this part of running a course? Because if the course of action is unhealthy for several known whatever, why is the dangerous course Muse or Labyrinth allowed to run? I'm just curious, in like a topiary kind of a way. In Isola Mia, Long Island. I have nobody to hug, celebrate, or even like question in this turnout event, while these more dangerous sequences and patterns are going on, with something going on in the U.S. Supreme Court with a nominee and whatever. I mean, at what point, how does one exit this? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Here we are. This is the whatever. Here's the TD Bank.
TD Bank.
What it looks like is someone aiming high for somewhere they don't belong, and they suckered someone in to bringing them into a life's work that now has actually pulled through, and they might consider it a win, but it is such a dangerous landscape in other parts and pieces that this one piece doesn't seem to be considering.
What you need to know right now on GMA3. Secret Service bombshell. At least 4 members suspended, including one on the First Lady's protective detail for alleged interactions with 2 men accused of impersonating federal agents and giving lavish gifts. And as the war in Ukraine...
That's one part. Now, I go to the 4 o'clock news, because that was the TD, and the other thing was GMA3 and a different program. Now I clicked over, because the clock actually is around this number or metric. And this is what the weatherman says.
And the rain just won't go away. More storms line up to soak our area on this wet AccuWeather alert day. Good afternoon, I'm Joe Torres.
And I'm Sade Benoit. Liz and Dave are off. We begin with those stories pushing through our area. Many parts of the tri-state already drenched in the rain. Well, it is far from over. Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg is tracking it all for us. Lee?
All right, Sade and Joe, it's round 2 of this 1-2 wet weather punch in round 2. If round 1 was a jab, round 2 is kind of an uppercut and a stronger hit. The threat for the heavy...
I'd say that was Pretty accurate at the moment.
Heaviest rain will be diminishing after midnight, so we still got a long 6 to 8 hours to go with this. 1 to 2 inches in.
When there was already, and like, here's my thing at law enforcement. Like, if I was asking a big brother who has big bad wolf clearance or status and knows what a nightingale and a nightgown looks like in the most respectable place, as if the visual storyboard of our family estate was broken into and they killed Dad's career or the fatherland's career and they replaced him with some alternate nation, as if that wasn't crystal clear that we, the children and the ancestors, were in damage, like, and like threat to a lot more than just a theatrical world stage seat. It's significant on a pageants and peasantry and like real atomic scale nuclear scary seat, as if that one disappearance of the family member that has rock statue, but not just in North America, they have rock statues in other places around the world, same whatever, as if that wasn't bad enough, then they re-employ the white guy, a white guy that was standing around when the first break-in happened, on whose orders, I don't know. And as if that wasn't enough, now he's celebrating and nominated a break-in to the court of us and Supreme. Adoption of other things at large scale overstate. Like, there's only so many theatrical seats on world stage that people look to. Like, the Pope's one of them. Dalai Lama is one of them. I don't know if there's any others. Nobody's ever said on here or done like a BBC special that's been aired in a time frame that works with my atomic clock. But like those, if like they disappeared, I mean, those are pillars of world stage. So the fact that the signal tracking and flag of significance in the White House, the first seat in the us if conflict should arise, who has family value, has family worth, has family acknowledgement, and statues elsewhere, family elsewhere, for that to change, disappear, or for an inside family rep to then start to change the landscape by adopting alternate source, is really frightening. But it's really frightening in the scary world partners, where they're not so forgiving. So now how do you traverse that? I'm just curious, as one of the kids that are not going along with it, but don't know how to change it, because you've been disregarded or canceled somehow from having a voice your entire life. How do you enter the theater, and who do you ask for help that can protect you and you protect them and make a correction?
in general. That's going to continue to cause minor flooding. Some severe thunderstorms possible as well. It just means some downpours and lightning. I don't expect severe weather, but don't be surprised to see a flash of lightning. Flood watches are out for much of northern New Jersey, Hudson Valley, including Orange and Rockland County, basically west of the Hudson, Catskills and Poconos. Areas here could actually exceed the 2-inch totals. Now, so far today, we've done well with lighter rain over parts of Suffolk County along the Jersey Shore. City, too, only a quarter of an inch, and the heaviest amounts have been west. We will make up for this as we go through the evening hours. 51, kind of an eerie look from Brooklyn back to lower Manhattan. Lots of clouds and rain. But what's happening is we've got good timing here in Monmouth and Ocean. The city points eastward here for a bit of a lull the next couple of hours before the next batch moves in.
Reaching across the aisle to help.
Now, it's alerting me on the whatever machine in New York. I was not asked for a vote. I was not asked for an opinion. In fact, I don't even know where one goes in order to place their vote as to whether she's allowed to sit on Supreme or not. Their entire secret society that's allowed this to envelop and develop a dangerous trend has been going on secretly without any of us knowing, because they've been hiding, doing whatever it is that they do at institutes and campuses without letting any of the others of us participate.
Help confirm Judge Jackson. So, what comes next on a road to the highest court in the country?
ABC's Ike Ajachi is in Washington with details on the historic confirmation. Ike?
That's right. Judge Jackson went through a marathon round of confirmation hearings, plus dozens of face-to-face interviews with senators, all in an effort to gain bipartisan support.
And this nomination is confirmed.
History was made today. The Senate confirming Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court on a bipartisan basis, fulfilling President Biden's promise on the campaign trail to nominate the first black woman to the nation's.
All of a sudden, the Saturday Night Live disappointment about Joe Biden and Valerie makes so much more sense from a Sam Kinney perspective.
Highest court. President Biden and Judge Jackson watching the vote count from the Roosevelt Room. Vice President Kamala Harris presiding over Judge Jackson's confirmation vote in the Senate. Judge Jackson held one-on-one meetings with 97 senators on the Hill. She also sat through over 20 hours of questioning during her hearings and filed 330 pages of written responses. That's more written questions than...
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's on file. How they're just running whatever and they're leaving out family members and ancestors, and people that do matter just have no access to other people because they've been held, locked away, kept away in some ivory tower while playing Ebonic Bible games. I don't know how to get out of this situation by myself. I don't. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.